Good morning. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? What is happening? Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. We got another day of some video gaming news, as always, baby, for today, February 21st. And then we will be getting into day 4 of our beta testing of Once Human. Um, been a fun beta test. I've enjoyed it. It's been some good stuff. Um, I've been making a pretty thorough list as I go through to try to provide the best feedback I can to the developers, um, so they can try to really get the game as polished as possible before it comes out. Um, so we'll be submitting that uh, upon the beta closing, and I don't know, man. It's been pretty good. I actually, am really enjoying it. There have been some things, there have been some issues. You expect a little bit of that in the beta. But overall, the experience has been a lot of fun. We did our first boss fight yesterday, which was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. Uh, Pretty good mechanics in it, and we'll see what we get into today. We've got some new crafting stuff to try out, and we're gonna go try to get maybe some more rare weapon parts and things like that. So it'll be cool, man. We'll have a good time. Um, what? Are you kidding me, dude? Well, here, check this out. What we were listening to this morning before it so rudely stopped playing on us was the Subnautica soundtrack, which is very good stuff. Check it out. Yo, Mamzo, what's up? How are you? This is the Jam-A-Lam. I'm gonna move my camera up real quick, but this is what we were listening to. I have to remember to pull that back down when we game. Um, Been listening to this morning. It's one of the OSTs we listen to quite often. It is from Subnautica. Very, very cool survival, base building, adventure game. Mostly aquatic. Very, very cool game though. So if you're interested, if it sounds like a game that's up your alley, I highly recommend checking it out. And the OST is very good too. All right, go ahead, kill the music. Let's get into the news. Let's see what we got. GameSpot has an Atomic Heart review labeled Crispy Critters. All right, we'll see what we got. We already knew about that. I'm not diving into that. We already knew about that. This happened as soon as Sony shut down. They shot down Microsoft's attempt to offer them a proposed 10-year extension for Call of Duty in the event that Microsoft does in fact become able to fully acquire Activision Blizzard. And Sony said no. So then a very, very smart play by Microsoft, they turned around and said, okay. They went to Nintendo and said, how would you guys feel about this same offer? And Nintendo was like, we'll take it. It was a pretty smart play, but we already knew about it. So apparently it's a legally, they've legally committed to it now though. Maybe we've got some details in there. We'll pull it up and see if they've got details regarding what exactly this contract is binding for, and we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Apparently, the art book has leaked a lot of kind of spoilers and revealed a lot of stuff about what we can expect to see in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm staying away from it, but it's there if you want to dive into it. I'm gonna play the game on release, and I don't want to know what's in the game. What type of Hogwarts Legacy gamer are you? Well, I was the PC type, but then I flushed it because it felt like crap. Hey, Kayla, what's up? Seven Essential Games Pickup and Steam's Mystery Fest sale. Let's see what's going on. Tencent has invested in another gaming developer. Looks like platform Quell, a fitness gaming platform, huh? We'll take a quick peek there and see if it's worth diving into. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks, Kayla. We've already hit on this. I'm not going to dive into that. Rainbow Six Siege Year 8 roadmap revealed. I don't know that we saw the entire roadmap yet, but we knew they were going to be releasing it. Probably Karma? What do you mean? I don't know about that. Saudi Arabia continues to invest in Nintendo. We've talked about that to a pretty lengthy extent here recently. They're up to owning 8.26% of Nintendo. Um, again, they own a number of developers outright at this point. SNK is one. Yeah, I know. I know what karma means, but I don't know if that would hold true. You seem like a pretty good person, so that might be a bit of a rough take there. Um, again, one of the biggest issues that we need to consider whenever a country such as Saudi Arabia is investing in this world that we love more. I mean, really, within anything in the world, Saudi Arabia is notorious for persecution, persecuting large demographics of people that don't fit into their uh, agenda, right? Whether it be race, gender, ethnicity. I mean, you name it. They're notorious for or just for going against the grain of their governmental practices. I mean, speaking out against them, whatever. Saudi Arabia is bad, like with that stuff. And so the issue that comes in here, especially with video games, is we're trying to, as a world, as society, we're trying to progress and be, or we should be anyways. That's a big part of what this community is about, is um, getting people to understand it's okay to be different, opening people's minds to be saying, just because somebody's different than you, that's not a bad thing. As long as people are good people, that's what should really matter. And whenever you get somebody like Saudi Arabia buying developers, and um, you're running the risk of them putting their propaganda and pushing their ideals on large groups of people through the video games. So that's where a big portion of the issue lies right here with a country like Saudi Arabia buying developers and being big investors in the gaming industry. Well, having no context to go off of, and I'm not looking for that. Wait, God, you are such a troll, Doug. Such a troll. Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, yeah, for sure. What's up, dude? And I'm not like trying to pry that kind of information out of you, Kayla. Um, things like that. Okay, thanks. I hope you have a good stream too. All I would say is that time heals. Don't take it too hard. If something like that went down, use it as a learning experience. Everybody fails in life. Everybody makes mistakes in life. The big part about making mistakes is learning from them and utilizing those experiences to become a better person moving forward. So if you truly feel like there was something that happened that maybe you did that was incorrect, you know, um, you just got to take that and spin it into something that can turn you into a better person. That's all. That's all you can do. You know. But I hope you start feeling better. Keith Hydro, what's up, Keith? How you doing, my friend? Happy Tuesday, buddy. Wick, happy Tuesday. Kayla, happy Tuesday. Mamzelle, happy Tuesday. Chat, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's up, guys? We've already got something up on the Atomic Heart reviews right now, so we'll take a look. Ooh, Evo 2023's main games will be announced tomorrow. Sick, dude! I would love to watch some Evo with you guys. We already talked about this. That's pretty cool, though. Oh no 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 no. God dang, dude, what would I do without you, man? Oh, Smoothie Lord is on one this morning, dude. He is just in full effect, dude. Get bonked, fool, and then you know what I mean. Just go ahead and take your custom troll emote there. All right, buddy. God, you're a trip, brother. Nintendo Switch 2 online seemingly leaked. Oh my god, dude. Does this is this the title leads me to believe this is regarding a new online platform for a new console. Oh my god, dude. I hope it's not. I hope it's just a really badly worded title. What did you see what the title said? Nintendo Switch 2 online. So what's it called right now? Nintendo Switch Online, right? So now they're gonna have a new. Yeah, I know, I know, I know, but like, dude, are you kidding me? Oh, jeez. It's just so hard. It's so hard for me to like even laugh about it when it's so absolutely absurd, man. Steam Deck now supports one of 2023's best games. Cool. That's what it should be called, right, Mamzelle? Yo, I just watched a I was making content last night. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the title is misleading. I'm hoping they just really, really botched the title there. Yeah. Um, I was just looking at some like I was making content last night. I was going through and highlighting some gameplay and making some highlights of where I'd marked some VODs and stuff, and I came back across a bunch of that stuff we were talking about, the Switch Online stuff, and just the ridiculous stuff that we've been talking about with backwards compatibility, all kinds of stuff, and yeah. No, 30th anniversary of Star Fox? Dude, what a great game. Looks like Microsoft Xbox Series X and S consoles have raised prices in Sweden. We knew prices were going to start coming up at the first of this year for Microsoft stuff. Beloved Final Fantasy game reportedly getting new what? Remaster? Uh-oh. Okay, this is saying it's a Switch 2 leak, not a Nintendo Switch 2 online leak. I think it's a bad title now. I'm hoping, dude. We've already talked about that. Looks like there's like you can go see the first 17 minutes of gameplay of Atomic Heart. It's out there if you want to look at it. I'm not gonna watch it in case I ever end up playing the game or whatever. We already saw this. Warzone 2 update, season 2 release date. What's new? Wick, you gonna be playing season 2 of Wait, that's not Modern Warfare, that's Warzone. My bad. No. No, no, no. Yo, it looks like GDQ's actually banning all Hogwarts stuff, all Harry Potter stuff from their platform. You don't know what GDQ is, Games Done Quick. They do events all the time for speedrunning and things like that. But they are a very, very inclusive organization. And to take a stance against J.K. Rowling, I know that's why they're doing this. They are just doing it out of taking a stance against J.K. Rowling's statements against the trans community being transphobic, and so they are not going to allow any Harry Potter universe stuff to be run at their event. It's this is one of those tough things, right? That yeah, I know it's one of those tough things. Because, like we said, whenever we were playing Hogwarts Legacy, it was like it's not just black and white, right? It's not just a black and white issue. There's a lot of gray. There are a lot of people. I guarantee you, there are a good amount of actual trans people in the world that love this universe. Kappa Wick. That's what she said. Or that's what he said. Either one works. Um, ma'am, are you talking about specifically in Hogwarts Legacy? That's what they said. Yeah, I like it like that. Yeah. Well, here, I got something for you. How about this? For anybody that hasn't seen this, I actually made a clip of our playthrough that actually shows off Serona Ryan. And it's the section where we're talking to Serona, and Serona just comes out and states basically in that a lot of people can't recognize Serona anymore because Serona is no longer a wizard, but now a witch. Yeah. So, but this isn't just about Hogwarts Legacy, Mamzelle. They are banning all the games. All the games. Okay. So you're talking specifically about one title. They are getting rid of all the games. They're not letting anybody run any Harry Potter games, you know? So, yeah. And that's, I mean, I agree with you. I agree. And that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, JK didn't even have anything to do with Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously, she's going to make royalties off of it because it's her universe she created. It's just so there's so many people that love this universe for what it is, not who's behind it, you know. And that's the thing that's tough about it. That's what it is for me. It's been a huge like bonding experience just for me and my wife and kids, you know. Uh, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. I forgot to mark where that was in my playthrough, but yeah, yeah, you're right. And I actually I remember being like, oh, well, that was cool. But here's the main thing about like, so J.K. Rowling, from what I understand, I don't know all of the ins and outs of that situation. From what I understand, J.K. Rowling has never said anything about any other parts of the LGBTQ plus community other than the trans community, the trans specifically part of that community, and you know, it's that doesn't justify it or anything, but it's still terrible. Um, so I don't know. It sucks. What the other part of this that sucks is like there's so many people that run Harry Potter games, right? And those individuals that are just gamers and want to be a part of a really cool event for charity, uh, in GDQ can now no longer be a part of this event potentially, you know? And that's another side of this that just really sucks. And really, I mean, I think instead of just going all Harry Potter games are banned, what they should probably take a look at doing, because look, GDQ is an event for charities, man. You know, it's an event for charities. They raise so much money for charities. It's an amazing organization. Quite often, it's like Doctors Without Borders. It is. Is that all it really was? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Um, I have no idea what J.K. Rowling actually stated. It's quite possibly been blown out of proportion to an extent because that kind of thing happens, and we all know. I mean, unless it was something on video, we all know that if it was just some kind of interview that somebody took and transcribed, it could have been, you know, also made to be taken out of context as well. I don't know what the situation is. I think one of the things I try to get across to people is I would have no idea what it would be like to be a trans individual, so I don't necessarily get it myself either because I'm not that person. What I do try to do is prompt people to put themselves in other individuals' shoes for a lifestyle and understand that. I mean, I think that's where empathy starts, right? That's where empathy starts. Is you don't have to have gone through the same things, but try to imagine putting yourself in somebody else's experience and think about what that would be like. I think that's where empathy starts. So um, you know, I can only imagine what it would be like. And that's why, you know, that's why this place is the place it is. This community is the way it is. We accept everybody and it's a safe space for all people and I don't know. It sucks for the gamers that just want to play this game and can't be part of it. And I think GDQ should actually in the future, I think what they're doing is just trying to take a hard stance at just not not being in any kind of like getting any kind of criticism. And I think that's a little bit rough to just, for an organization like this that's so good about charities to just try and like not address an issue in society, like a huge issue in gaming and society, instead of potentially taking this and going, hey, we're going to run an entire section of a day of GDQ, and all the money raised during the period that we run the Harry Potter games is going to go towards like charities for LGBTQ plus uh charities. You know what I mean? Or organizations, or specifically like towards trans organizations, trans charities, something. You know what I mean? Instead of just going, hey, we're not running any of these games. Anybody that is a video game player that has devoted so much time and effort towards speed running these games, instead of just going, you guys can't take part in our event anymore. You're literally an organization built on charity. So turn it around. Use the games, man. Let people run the games and take all the money that you generate during the period of time that you're running those games and put it towards, the cause of social action and supporting these organizations that need the help. You know what I'm saying? Why just avoid it entirely? Being the organization that you are, that doesn't make sense to me. Other than the fact that you just don't want to deal with any kind of backlash. You don't want to have to deal with any kind of PR, when really you could turn this into some really good stuff for you. I don't get it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Insider leaks new DLC Pokemon. We'll take a look at that. Talked about it. Ubisoft reveals clever anti-cheat technique. Really? See what's going on there. That's it. We'll stick with these. That's 3 pages of searches, baby. Mm. That's good Java. Good Java. Warzone 2 update for Season 2 brought fans some big changes. Warzone 2 update for Season 2 is now live, bringing big changes to the popular multiplayer Battle Royale. Available to play until the season ends in April. You can dive into the action on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC right now. There's never been a better time to get involved, as Activision has packed a ton of new features into this season, including new weapons, maps, and game modes. Ready to suit up and parachute in? All the news and confirmed details surrounding it are below. I agree. I agree. I agree. I think we've all been in a situation where maybe we've said something and then later that day we've gone, I could have handled that better. You know what I mean? We're humans, man. We make mistakes. Unfortunately, people on a in the public eye, they are highly criticized. And it's like one slight misstep and you're just absolutely obliterated for it. And again, I don't know exactly what all the details are. I don't know what it was, and I don't know what the extent of the uh I mean, everything that I've heard makes it out to be like J.K. Rowling was just an absolute transphobe, you know? And I probably need to look into it so I'm more informed. Um, I mean, I guess that's why I haven't looked into it, because all the information that I've gotten off, just roundabout information, mostly because of the Hogwarts Legacy stuff, is like it made me feel like I didn't need to look into it because it just seemed so blatantly. Oh, she's a transphobe, you know. Oh, okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, yeah, I'll try to look into it later today. So, I mean, I think people need to, you know, it's the same thing as what we were talking about. All these people wanted to be like up and on. If you play Hog, all these we had somebody come in and try to wreck the stream. You know, whenever we were playing Hogwarts Legacy, calling me like a trans hater and stuff because I was playing the game. It was like, man, come on, dude. You actually have no idea who I am. You have no idea what this community is about, and it's not just a black and white issue. And instead of people allowing, I mean, look, man, everybody makes mistakes, and some mistakes are are terrible, terrible, terrible things. And I'm not saying that people should always just be given an out or another chance or whatever, but that's part of being human is making mistakes and learning from them and growing and being better and I can absolutely attest to the fact that's been one of the biggest parts of my life experience to this point is, dude, I am absolutely from the school of hard knocks. I have not been good, especially when I was younger, at listening to people's advice, and it could have saved me a lot of grief. But I learned, and I think that's the main thing. You know, I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned things. And I think people need to understand that obviously if you're making mistakes and you're not learning, you suck. That's not the way life should be. You don't just keep making mistakes and not learning and progressing and getting better. But a part of being a good human being is making mistakes, trying to understand where that mistake you know what the core of that mistake is and turning it around and not making that same mistake again. Giving the people the chance to become better is a big part of understanding and empathy as well, I think, you know. So I don't know, people are so quick to just basically crucify individuals for any misstep and who knows how much of that might have been taken out of context or whatever. I'll have to look into it, you know. And I'm not justifying, I mean, if it is in fact like, you know, you guys know how I feel. No kind of discrimination. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation, the color of your skin. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. It's not acceptable. It's so stupid. We're all people, man. It doesn't matter as long as you're a good person. That's all that should really be at the core of everything. So I don't know. Latest trailer. The latest trailer showcasing the Warzone 2 update for Season 2. Thanks for the link, though. Thanks for the link. Explain the 100 new tiers of the Battle Pass. Within these levels, there are new operators, weapons, skins, and other rewards. Took out my gun. I've got my gun. These are my katanas. I block bullets with these. Go, go! Okay. Stop, Tech Radar. New weapons. There are so the event so Warzone 2 is part of Modern Warfare 2, right? Is that correct? Dude, I don't even know how this works. I haven't even played this. Is Warzone 2 the like battle royale part of Modern Warfare 2, or is this something entirely different, man? Am I tripping? Yo, Wick, talk to me, dude. That's right, right? Yeah, Modern Warfare Warzone 2. Okay. So new weapons. 6 new weapons and guns. 3 available in the Season 2 Battle Pass for free. 1 available during the launch window for the Path of the Ronin event. Ends March 24th. And the final 2 are coming later in the second season. These are the weapons available in said order. The ISO Hemlock Assault Rifle, Dual Kadachi Melee Weapon, KV Broadside Shotgun, Crossbow, Shuriken Lethal Equipment, and the Tempest Torrent Marksman Rifle. New operator is Ronin. Ronin was forced to make the jump from the first to the second war zone due to his ties with the map Verdant. Some of his unlockable challenges are tied to this fictional city, meaning that once this map was switched out of the first war zone, he became impossible to complete. New map. Resurgence game mode is back with the Warzone 2 update for Season 2, set on Ashika Island, off the coast of Japan. New feature, Restore Honor, added in Season 2. Lets players drop a dog tag after their first death in a game. If this is collected by yourself or a teammate, then you are rewarded with cash and a single UAV ping that can reveal supply boxes and enemies. New event. Yeah, Path of Ronin. Finish on March 24th. Yeah. Well into Season 2. Plenty of Warzone 2 update patch notes that you can find right here at this link. I'll link this for you guys. Anybody playing the game, here you go. There it is. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Insider leaks new DLC Pokemon. As well, a well-known Pokemon leaker and insider has leaked one Pokemon Nintendo Switch. Pokemon Nintendo Switch users can expect to see when Game Freak. Sorry, that read weird in my head for a second. When Game Freak and Nintendo releases DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like many previous Pokemon leaks, the latest comes courtesy of Riddler Koo, who claims that Suicune is getting a Paradox form when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC releases. As you would expect, the leaker doesn't reveal any media of the Pokemon or even describe what it looks like, but they have hinted at it. Relayed by Centro leaks the Paradox Suicune apparently is going to have one of the 3 forms below. And considering 2 of these forms are nowhere near the original form of the Pokemon, it's safe to assume Paradox version is going to be the form with the wings. That said, this is just speculation. Let's see what we got. Am I pronouncing that Pokemon's name right? Dude, I don't have any knowledge on new Pokemon at all. Suicune. Okay. Like any leak, take this one with a grain of salt. None of this is official. Speaking of official, neither Nintendo nor Game Freak nor anyone associated with either has commented on this leak. So, not official. Could, in fact, be good information. Could not be. So, we'll see. Ubisoft reveals clever anti-cheat technique. The Assassin's Creed and Far Cry publisher has revealed a sneaky new technique for catching cheaters by forcing them to remove themselves. No, stop. Hate that. Ubisoft, the developer and publisher behind Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, have revealed a sneaky new technique for catching cheaters that forces them to quit the game themselves. Cheaters have long been an issue in online video games, and Ubisoft's games are no different. The game in question is Rainbow Six Siege, an online team-based first-person shooter that's become widely popular for its esports scene. We kind of hit on this already, but this is cool. The game recently faced an awkward situation when hackers flooded the Rainbow Six game with nudity. For several days, Ubisoft was quick to respond to the issue, but the problem still affected many. One of the other problems facing Rainbow Six Siege is an issue called spoofing, right? In which mouse and keyboard players hide their details so they can play on console servers. Because mouse and keyboard controls are much more precise than using a console controller. Players who spoof this way typically have a great advantage and often end up winning matches easily. Ubisoft has been attempting to address the issue for years and has banned many players for it. However, bans can often take weeks or months to institute, and they usually require human review to verify and action the apparent cheating. Over the weekend, Ubisoft revealed a new anti-cheat system called Mousetrap. Due to be introduced in the game's upcoming season next month, unlike traditional anti-cheat systems which typically identify and ban suspected cheaters, Mousetrap works by making cheaters frustrated enough to quit the game themselves. When the system detects a person who might be spoofing, it starts subtly introducing latency to the suspected cheater's game. This means that the player's actions won't be transmitted online as quickly as they would be normally, with a slight delay between sending and receiving information. The latency introduced ramp ups in subsequent matches to the point where the game becomes too frustrating to play, as other players who aren't cheating will much more easily be able to react and take out the affected players. Nice. This should, Ubisoft hopes, get spoofers and other similar cheaters to simply quit playing out of frustration. As many fans have pointed out, the beauty of the system is that players who receive a false positive are more likely to reach out to the game's support, but cheaters most likely won't, as they would risk having their accounts banned. Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be the potential for like a legitimate player that's just really, really good to end up having some issues, and support will help it, right? This is gonna wreck a lot of cheaters, and cheaters suck. Get wrecked, you soft gamers. Cheaters suck, dude. Cheaters, sometimes they're just trolls. Quite often, cheaters are just people that can't stand to lose and suck at gaming. Get wrecked. Video game latency became a surprising political hot topic last week during Senate estimates when a liberal politician said the NBN wasn't good for games. Senators said the NBN satellite network, typically used in regional Australia, had too much latency to be used with online games. Interesting. If you guys want more, there's some links in there. Check this out. Steam Deck now supports one of 2023's best games. Steam Deck now officially supports one of 2023's best games. Excuse me. Dead Space is now verified on Steam Deck. For those that don't know, verified games on Steam Deck are games that have been screened by Steam employees to ensure full compatibility, basically optimized for the device, okay? It doesn't mean that other games can't be played on the Steam Deck, but there's going to be some wonkiness to them, probably. The check takes things into consideration like input, display performance, and seamlessness. In other words, it's a guarantee the game runs on the device and runs well, or at least well enough. Yeah, people have liked this pretty well, but if you were waiting on, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'll link this for you guys. We've watched it. We know a lot. We've seen reviews about this already. I'm not going to dive any more into this, but cool, man. If you've been waiting to play this on Steam Deck, it is now verified, baby. Optimized. Get in there. It's linked in chat if you want to check out the trailer and stuff. Star Fox developers celebrate the series' 30th anniversary. Star Fox, dude. Fantastic. What a great game. Bro, this cake looks insane. The original Star Fox was released on the Super Famicom in Japan on February 21st, 1993. Then came to North America in March, in Europe in June. Takaya Imamura, the former Nintendo artist who designed Fox McCloud and other characters in the original game, tweeted a new illustration to mark the occasion. Thank you for supporting me over the 30 years, Fox, he wrote, and everyone involved in the games you've appeared in. Thank you. Q Games CEO Dylan Cuthbert, who co-programmed Star Fox while working at UK developer Argonaut Software, also celebrated the game's 30th anniversary with a special cake. Star Fox was partially inspired by the Fushimi Inari Taishi Shrine, which is close to Nintendo's headquarters. In a 1993 interview for Channel 4 science documentary series Equinox, Shigeru Miyamoto said he used to regularly visit the shrine with its many torii gates and imagine flying a spaceship through them. The shrine also has a statue of Kitsune, a fox with paranormal abilities, which would ultimately inspire the design of Fox McCloud. Star Fox quickly gained a following due to its pioneering Super FX chip. Yes, a 3D graphics chip included in the cartridge, which enabled the Super Nintendo to produce polygonal graphics. Yeah, baby. Heck yeah. Oh, dude, I thought we had random mode up. My bad. While polygonal games had been around for numerous years, particularly on home computers, for many console players, Star Fox was their first introduction to the world of 3D video games. By the time its sequel, Star Fox 64, arrived, polygonal gaming had become the standard. Instead, the Nintendo 64 title brought with it a new innovation, the Rumble Pack. Yeah, dude. A device which was included with the game and provided force feedback to the Nintendo 64 controller. This is like the integration of haptics, dude. The inception. You know what I mean? Players looking to try out some of the Star Fox series can do so via the Switch Online subscription service. The Super Nintendo library on Switch Online includes both Star Fox and its unreleased sequel, Star Fox 2. While Star Fox 64 is part of the Nintendo 64 library, it can be accessed through the Switch Online expansion pack tier. Cool, man. That's pretty neat. Good stuff, dude. 30 years. Timon, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Mm. Oh, nice, dude. Oh, cool, man. Good luck, man. Sick. Go get him, buddy. Yeah, thanks for that info yesterday. Yeah, I forgot. I had to restart my PC last night. We got some. I didn't see anything this morning. Tinwin hooked me up yesterday with some news about Blasphemous 2. Dude, what's going? Oh, there we go. Wait, what? Destructoid. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we got any news here. Nothing super recent, but yeah, just that tweet. Okay. Yeah, I mean we had already kind of seen at the end of last year that they were well into development on the game and stuff. Yeah. Cool. What did that say? Yeah, coming along nicely. Like, see, this was December 5th of last year. We'd seen a little bit of stuff at the end of last year that was talking about how Blasphemous 2 was uh well into development and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's very cool. I'm pretty psyched. I mean, after we finish the beta here, dude, I'm jumping into Castlevania Symphony of the Night and then Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night on my PS3, and then we'll switch over to Steam afterwards and play Bloodstained. So I got a couple of Metroidvanias coming up. It'll be fun. Be a good time. Castlevania Symphony of the Night's the game that made me fall in love with Metroidvania, so I'm really psyched to play it. I haven't played it since I was really young, dude. Really young. And it'll be nice. I've got a digital copy of it on my PS3 that I bought and I never really played much of. But I've got it on here, man, so I'm gonna play it. It'll be good. Yeah. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Tuesday. Beloved Final Fantasy game reportedly getting new remaster. One of the most beloved entries in Square Enix's Final Fantasy series is rumored to be coming back in the form of a new remaster. So while the most of the core Final Fantasy series is now becoming accessible on modern platforms, sounds like Square also has plans to bring back a popular spin-off as well. According to video game industry reporter Jason Schreier, Square seems to be planning a remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics. What? Schreier, who is one of the most reputable reporters tied to the gaming industry, hasn't said much about this new version of FF Tactics, but in a recent interaction on Twitter, he told one user that a remaster is coming. Obviously, there's still much that we don't know about this new remaster, but it seems likely that we could learn more in an official capacity later this year. Yeah, originally released in '98 on the original PlayStation. FF Tactics was a tactical RPG, as the title of the game suggests, having more in common with games like Tactics Ogre rather than the core Final Fantasy series. But dude, this is a iconic game, man. Final Fantasy Tactics was so much fun. It went on to receive a ton of acclaim from both critics and fans. Despite being so beloved, though, Tactics is a series that Square hasn't continued with basically in forever, outside of a PSP version of Tactics that launched in 2007. Yeah, fans still want it though, dude. But they would have to capture that magic of the original. Really, I mean, it's that's cool. A remake. I hope they do it right. It's not a remake, a remaster. Remaster. Still, remasters can be done poorly as well. We've seen that, so hopefully the remaster will be good too. Here we go, guys. We've got an Atomic Heart review. Before I even get into this, kind of what I had been telling people was I had seen through the development process there were some flashing lights, if you will, some key identifiers that made me a bit weary about playing this or buying this on release. If you have Game Pass or a subscription service, hence a subscription service that you could play this on release and not have to pay full price, and you were hyped about it, then sure, whatever. But my advice to everybody in this being released was maybe let it come out for a few days, a week, get some reviews for the platform you're planning to play it on, and get a good idea of what the game has to offer performance and content wise before you decide to drop money on it. Crispy critters. So that's kind of what I've been telling people, because there's just some stuff I had seen in the development process that led me to believe that this might have some issues. A chicken place? I'm down, dude. Yo, chicken and maple syrup. Let's go. Bro, on the topic of food, my wife was up this morning, like browning up a pork tenderloin. Oh my god, dude! Literally just like walking around this morning, just drooling everywhere. It smells so good. It's being slow cooked all day, so. But dude, just browning it up this morning. Oh. Okay. Atomic Heart review, Crispy Critters. Atomic Heart lacks follow through on its most interesting narrative concepts and plays it safe with its first person shooter gameplay. Both. Atomic Heart doesn't hide. Look, hey, shush your mouth, dude. Atomic Heart doesn't hide its Bioshock. Yeah, dude. Hide its Bioshock Infinite inspirations. Bioshock Infinite was okay. It wasn't Bioshock 1 or 2, that's for sure. Not in my opinion. But there are some people that loved Bioshock Infinite. The game begins in a city in the clouds, features reality bending and elemental powers you can employ in your fight against advanced robots, sees you scrounging for resources in an idyllic city that's falling apart, and stars an amnesiac protagonist grappling with the nuances of free will. By the time you reach the climax of the story and you're asked to visit a lighthouse, you know what's up. Where Atomic Heart most differs from its inspiration is in the lens through which it focuses its narrative, exploring concepts of free will via Soviet Russian collectivism instead of the US's individualism. However, its intriguing premise is let down by a deeply unlikable protagonist and a predictable storyline that doesn't do anything interesting with its cool ideas. In the alternate history of Atomic Heart, a scientist named Dmitry Sekhanov kickstarts a robotics boom in Russia in the 1930s. By the 1950s, the working class has been abolished in the Soviet Union and completely replaced by robots controlled through a hive mind network called Collective 1.0. The game begins a few years after that, just prior to the public unveiling of Collective 2.0, which will allow all humans to have equal access to the hive mind to control robots remotely through a thought device wired straight to their brain, as well as connect and share information with each other across great distances. Basically, it's the internet plugged into your brain and available 24/7. Sounds great, right? Dog, what's happening? With the benefit of the 21st century hindsight, we know the internet will not end up being a 100% good idea, even if the main character, Major Sergei, what is that, Nechayev? I butchered that probably. An agent who serves Sekhanov fully believes in the dream of a world where everyone equally has access to each other and the wealth of information that will surely be shared. Assigned to investigate a disturbance in Facility 3826, the Soviet Union's foremost scientific research hub, Sergei is joined by Charles, a sentient glove that gifts the agent with a host of polymer-fed technopowers like telekinesis and cryokinesis. Provides a sounding board for Sergei's oftentimes annoying and borderline abusive collection of quips and unfunny comebacks. Oh, gross, dude. Bad writing, dude. This keeps jumping down. Within the now blood-soaked hallways and flickering lights of the partially destroyed underground facility, is it Sergey? Sergey? I don't know how to pronounce that. Discovers experiments into mutation gone awry and finds that one peaceful robot assistants have turned bloodthirsty. True horror doesn't come until later, however, when Charles talks. This is going to be like some spoiler stuff, kind of. So I don't want to read all this about the story, but just it's familiar but still fun. Atomic Heart has a healthy diversity. I'll link this for anybody that wants to read the whole thing, but I don't want to get a whole lot of spoilers going on here for anybody that might want to play the game. Atomic Heart has a healthy diversity of enemy types. There's nothing you probably haven't fought a variation of before in other games, ranging from dog-like enemies that try to circle you before pouncing in your direction, to turret-like adversaries that shoot at you from afar, to bulky foes who heavily telegraph their attacks but can't take a hit. Same goes for the weapons and powers you use to fight them. The pump action shotgun hits like you'd expect a shotgun should, for instance, and the cold polymer power freezes enemies in their tracks just as you'd assume. There's nothing revolutionary to how combat plays out, but it all works as it should. It's familiar, but still fun. Looting is surprisingly the most enjoyable aspect of Atomic Heart, as with just the click of a button, Charles, you can use telekinesis to pull loot into Sergey's pocket. In practice, this causes drawers to fly open, cabinet doors to almost swing off their hinges, and the bodies of enemies to erupt as the magnetic pull of Charles rips the resources of a room towards Sergey. Or Sergey. Sergey? I don't know how to say the name. It never got old to enter an unexplored room or clear out a group of enemies and then sit back to watch as everything around me exploded into a whirlwind of paper and scraps of metal, sucked into my coffers like a greedy tornado. Of course, you can then use these resources to craft new firearms, ammo, weapons, attachments, and items, but the sheer delight of the act is almost enough of a reward in itself. That sounds good. Some of the main levels have a distinct flavor and engaging themes to them, helping them stand out against the largely forgettable open world. Gross. My favorite of these levels takes place in a theater known for being the first to feature a cast composed entirely of robots. The level sees the player chasing after a man who used to work there, who has twisted the theater into a macabre showcase of art, much like in BioShock. Interesting. There's this breadcrumb trail of diary entries you can uncover that reveals an engineer coming to terms with the strange parasocial relationship he's developing with one of the robot dancers. A clever puzzle that incorporates ballet poses and blood spatters, and an incredible moment where you're fighting off waves of enemies during a ballet that gets a hip-hop remix. It's a great level, sad that there weren't more like it. Has a great soundtrack filled with thumping, high-energy music from Doom composer Mick Gordon. Get your head bobbing. During even the most butt-clenching of battles. That moment in the theater is cool, but it's the only time something like this happens in the entire game. Quite a few instances where the powerful soundtrack feels wasted because of the superb composition that the playing doesn't match the vibe of what you're currently doing. That sucks. Quite a few parts of Atomic Heart that just don't neatly fit together. Those disparities create an experience that often feels at odds with itself. Most evident in how the history of the world in Atomic Heart is interesting, sets up an intriguing conversation about the nature of free will and collectivism. But then the unlikable protagonist repeatedly prevents the topic from being explored. Certainly going to appeal to some people, especially those looking to relive Bioshock Infinite, but it's not an easy recommendation. The Good. Here you go. This is what this reviewer is saying. The Good. Incredible boss music. The looting mechanic is really fun. Gunplay is familiar but solid and fun in its execution. The Bad. A deeply unlikable protagonist. Storyline doesn't do anything interesting with its cool premise. The open world design between the more linear levels slows down the story and saps away the narrative's momentum. Rating of a 6 out of 10. Let's look here across like Metacritic. Atomic Heart's got a 75 right now. 75. Seems low. Seems low. Could be worse though, I guess. Maybe I'm just unoptimized for PC. I would give my son's breakfast that he just made me a 10 out of 10, though. And you know I don't just throw those out. I don't just throw those out, dude. Unoptimized immune system? That's your fault. You were sick. I can't trust your. That's you made me sick, dude. So there are no user reviews yet, right? This is all. So take out the top, take out the bottom, and you're left with like a high of a 90 and a low of a 70. Yeah. Are you still sick? No. Maybe. I'm not sick, dude. I'm just like funky. Like I still got a little bit of a cough. I've just got like phlegm. I'm phlegmy, dude. Testing again? Dude, we already know you're pregnant. What about I didn't think it hit until tomorrow. It doesn't actually hit until tomorrow, does it? Oh, it is available now. Oh, sorry. Bro. Thanks, brother. If this thing says I'm still positive, I'm punting something into the river. See you, small dog. That's funny, dude. So right now it's got an 88 on Steam, dude. It's got an 88 on Steam. Right on. Right on. Let's see what people are saying here. I love this. 0.7 hours review. Can't recommend. The statement, where's the FOV slider? See his site? Yeah, just a second, guys. Sorry, guys. Wait, what? He's gone. What a stream. I said I'd be right back. Shut up, Wick. All right, dude. This is so dumb. Dude, I get so sick of seeing this kind of crap. These reviews with like 2 hours. 3 out. Come on, dude. Apparently, there's no FOV setting. They'll probably implement it. Just chill out, Jesus. Overall, right now, it looks like people are enjoying it though, which is nice. It's good to see that. Very good. Very good. It looks like it's probably going to be an entertaining enough experience, man. You know? So if you were psyched about it, might be worth checking out, dude. Looks like it's definitely going to be giving, if anybody's played Bioshock Infinite, it's definitely going to give you some Bioshock Infinite vibes. Yeah? So, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad that so far it seems like most people are having a pretty good experience with it. But the reviews are out there. Take a look. If you haven't already bought into it, it is on Game Pass. Okay? So, I don't think it's going to be anything that blows you away. But it'll be entertaining enough, I think it seems. Which is good. Right on. Microsoft legally commits to 10 years of Call of Duty games on Nintendo consoles. So we knew they had already kind of agreed on this in a verbal capacity or like a handshake, if you will. Microsoft signs a legally binding. Does this say legally binging? I swear, dude. None of these outlets proofread their stuff before they publish their art. It's insane. I swear, dude. I don't think any of these outlets actually proofread their articles before they publish them. It's like, I mean, comic books the worst. We get a lot of good info out of. I appreciate the info they give us, but it's insane. Legally binding agreement is what this should say to bring Call of Duty games with full feature and content parity to Nintendo hardware. Microsoft President Brad Smith today announced the company has signed a binding 10-year legal agreement with Nintendo for Call of Duty games. The formal agreement allows a promise made by Microsoft back in December to bring the gaming franchise to Nintendo hardware once the Activision Blizzard acquisition is finalized. There are big roadblocks right now, but in a tweet, Smith said this was just part of our commitment to bring Xbox games and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms. A statement attached to the tweet as an image reads, Microsoft and Nintendo have now negotiated and signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players the same day as Xbox with full feature and content parity so they can experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty. We are committed to providing long-term equal access to Call of Duty to other gaming platforms, bringing more choice to more players and more competition to the gaming market. The full feature and content parity part of the statement will raise a few eyebrows simply because Nintendo Switch hardware is so underpowered compared to the Xbox Series X and PS5. But a new console is coming. It could be that the agreement will only apply to Nintendo's Switch successor, but even then, it's unlikely to be a hybrid console that can match Xbox and PlayStation on performance and features. Of course. But look, if you look at something like the Game Deck, right? The Game Deck, Valve's, the Steam Deck, excuse me. Valve's Steam Deck can absolutely push, maybe not like super high quality visual experience for a game, like a modern Call of Duty game, but dude, it'll play the game just fine. And that's what we're going to be expecting. Something similar, if not maybe a little bit more powerful than that, out of the new Switch console. What you would expect. So it'll be fine. Is it going to be the same graphical fidelity and maybe frame rate that you'll get out of like a PC version or a high-powered console version? No. But it'll work. Nintendo already allows a cloud version of some games that don't and couldn't run natively on the Switch. They stream content to each device instead. Could it be that Microsoft's agreement will mean Call of Duty is a cloud version of each game? No. Maybe some, but no, not all. It's unusual for a console maker to agree to such a long-term deal. Shut your mouth. With a competitor, but Microsoft is desperate to get its Activision Blizzard acquisition approved by regulators. Quest isn't going very well with the FTC suing to stop the deal, the EU continuing to investigate it, and the UK watchdog suggesting Microsoft would need to sell Call of Duty if it expects the deal to be greenlit. This is the big deal here, though. This is the same. They tried to Microsoft tried to offer this deal to Sony first, to PlayStation first. PlayStation said, "No, we don't want it." They want Microsoft to look as anti-competitive as possible. Obviously, Microsoft and Xbox did it as a play to look like they're being nice, right? To look not anti-competitive. Yo, Mithril, what's up, buddy? Happy Tuesday. But, you know, they offered it to Sony. They offered it to PlayStation. PlayStation shut it down. It didn't matter what they offered PlayStation. PlayStation was going to shoot it down. They don't want Xbox. They don't want Microsoft to be able to buy Activision Blizzard. Sony's too comfortable right now in the place that they are. And Microsoft being able to buy Activision Blizzard puts Sony in a bad spot where they actually have to start trying to compete. And they don't want that. So then Microsoft said, okay, well, if you don't want that, let's see if Nintendo will take it. So they took it to Nintendo and said, hey, would you like the same kind of deal we were trying to offer PlayStation? Nintendo took it right away. They're like, yeah, that sounds great. Which it was hilarious because it made Sony look terrible. But this is the official contract that is set up now. Get your Sherlock Holmes on with Steam's Mystery Fest sale. Steam sales are now so frequent, there are concerns they'll soon start crashing into each other, causing vast sell pileups that could clog great sections of the internet. However, in amongst the incessant discounts on The Witcher 3 appears something rather more interesting than most, Mystery Fest. It's running from today until the 27th, so 6 more days. We've picked out some of the most interesting games for you to check out. The reason I'm highlighting this is not because I've suddenly been possessed by the ghostly forces of Kinja deals, but rather because I love how many fantastic but criminally under-recognized indie games there are in here. So I've gone through and picked out some real highlights you can now grab at a discount. It didn't load. Oh, here they are. Here they are. So they've got Frog Detective 3, The Past Within, The Case of the Golden Idol, Norco, Silicon Dreams, The Flower Collectors, Tangle Tower. So I'll link these for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and watch all of these. But there's a Steam mystery sale going on right now. These are recommended good indie games. Yeah, by this author. Who is this? John Walker. Thank you, John Walker, from Kotaku, for the recommendations. And I'll link this. So if you guys want to watch some of these trailers, if you're into some mystery games, check it out, okay? Tencent makes investment in fitness gaming platform Quell. Tencent is just continuing to invest. You know, Tencent, Embracer, NetEase. You know, those companies are just continuing to go hard on that front. While Tencent has become known for its diversity of investments in non-Chinese gaming companies, its latest investment may come as a surprise. It has led a $10 million investment round into UK-based gaming business Quell. Quell is a company which develops fitness equipment. Their flagship device being the Impact, a set of handheld peripherals that allow users to play games that synchronize with their movement. Think of the Nintendo Wii or Xbox Kinect only as a standalone unit featuring additional equipment such as resistance bands. Dude, yes. Negative test. No more COVID pregnancy. Nice, dude. Congrats. And by Lord, you mean Cthulhu, right? Pretty sure. The the firm raised approximately $10 million in a Series A funding round, led by Tencent, with other investors including Khosla Ventures and Hardcore Capital. Why Tencent? Many of Tencent's recent investments and moves as 2023 gears up to have pointed to an increased diversification of their revenue streams. This investment outside of China looks likely to continue as regulation continues to impact profits at home. Yeah. if you didn't know, the Chinese government has really, really cracked down, dude. They're like regulating the crap out of gaming within China. It's roughly only about every 3 to 4 months. So basically, no developer in China can just release a game. A game can be fully developed, ready for release, and it still can't be released because China's government has to provide a permit, basically. A permit for a game to be published and released. And they're only giving them out, and it's a small number. They're only giving them out roughly every 3 to 4 months. It's a chunk at a time, but it's a small chunk. And so you got this huge bottleneck in China of developers with all these games that are finished, and they're trying to push them out, but they just can't because the government's regulating it so hard. And so a lot of companies, developers that are have always been based out of China are looking to move out and elsewhere and diversify and get into other stuff, other locations, maybe other forms of entertainment, stuff like that, which is kind of what this is as well. As China's economy, excuse me, I apologize. Wick made me sick. It's Wick's fault. As China's economy is no longer seen as the untouchable juggernaut it once was, it makes sense that companies with cash to spare, such as Tencent, are putting money into a greater variety of businesses. While Quell is not a major break from their formula of video gaming investment, it does further indicate an interest beyond console and PC, where they have previously made overtures. Go. I need more pork, baby. I'll try to get. I'll try to get some. I mean, it's slow cooking right now, Doug. It's slow cooking right now. Tonight I'll try to get some pictures of it. I'm guessing we'll probably have like mashed potatoes, some gravy with it. Oh, no, dude, we're gonna have cheesy biscuits. Oh, dude, you guys don't understand. You don't understand. I'm gonna have to show you guys. I'll get you guys a picture. We're gonna have pork tenderloin, cheesy biscuits, dude. Maybe we'll have some kind of veggies with it too, probably. Uh, and then like there'll be some like au jus that's made out of the pork drippings and stuff. No. Totally different, dude. Totally different. I knew somebody was gonna say that. Red Lobster cheesy biscuits? No. These blow those out of the water, dog. It's like it's a biscuit that is more like a mix between a bread and like a mochi, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's just they're like the outside is this real thin, like crispy crust. They're baked. The outside is a real thin, crisp, and the inside is almost like a stretchy bread, like cheesy. It's hard to describe, dude. The texture is fantastic. They're so good. It's I'll show you. I'll try. I'll get some pictures tonight. I'll try to get the recipe from my wife. Put it in Discord or something too. They're amazing, dude. They're one of the family favorites around here. No. It's not raw, dude. It's not raw. It's totally cooked, but it's just a certain kind of cheese that they're made with. So, if you've ever eaten anything that is made with more of a tapioca base than like a wheat base, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a little more. I don't know what the word would be. Amazing. It's not raw. It's fully cooked. It's just the type of cheese that's used and stuff. Yeah, positive. Dude, these blow Red Lobster biscuits out of the water, Doug. I'm telling you. Rainbow Six Siege Year 8 roadmap revealed. Year 8 roadmap, Commanding Force, the first season of Year 8 will bring the Brazilian attacker Brava and important updates, including an immersive reload rework. Season 1 also adds the groundbreaking anti-mouse and keyboard solution on console mousetrap, which will prevent cheaters from using an unfair advantage when playing against players with controllers. We read that earlier, and we touched on it yesterday. Absolutely. You definitely got it there, buddy. Season 2 will introduce a Swedish operator, an immersive rework of the consulate map, and the launch of permanent arcade playlist. In addition, the shooting range will receive an update to add new target modes to assist new and returning players in practice before matches. Season 3's operator arrives from South Korea, bringing an in-depth rework of Quick Match. More details below. The last operator of the year will be from Portugal, alongside a brand new map and a vital onboarding feature, the Defender AI playlist, offering a new way for players to practice operators, test strategies, and perfect their approach on different maps. Dude, this is a lot of stuff. Player protection. Player commendation system will introduce an appreciation system, allowing players to rate other players on the experience they had playing together. Interesting. The system will be monitored to ensure it will be fair for everyone. New requirements to play ranked that aim to reduce inadequate accounts during your play experience and smurfing. Nice. Privacy mode, introduced for PC last year to protect creators, will be launching later on consoles for all players. Great. In year 8, the development team seeks to make Rainbow Six Siege a more cooperative, welcoming, and safe game for everyone. Anti-toxicity measures, including a new reputation penalty for abusive voice chat. While active, this penalty mutes repeat offenders by default to prevent hateful and disruptive content in voice chat. Muted players can still use voice chat, but will only be heard by players who manually unmute them. The Year 8 Pass from February 20th until March 20th. Players can purchase the limited time Year 8 Pass for $30 to unlock the 4 seasonal battle passes. A 14-day early access to new operators when they launch, a 10% VIP discount on the shop, a full operator bundle for Ace, up to 2,400 R6 credits, and more. For $60, the Premium Year Pass offers all the before-mentioned perks, plus 20 extra battle tokens that players can use to unlock rewards faster. Console and player comfort improvements. Mousetrap we've talked about. Privacy mode for console, yeah. Controller layout, flexibility, and controller remapping will arrive this season. Nice. So Quick Match will also receive an extensive update to make it stand out as much as ranked and unranked, cutting down on the amount of downtime players will have in Quick Match and reducing the amount of repetition so players can get into the game quicker. Nice. Hate queue times, dude. New kind of playlists coming. To better introduce new players to Rainbow Six Siege, Year 8 will prioritize onboarding in a different way each season. Season 1 will add beginner challenges, new progression tool allowing new players to learn how to play, and unlock new operators as they play. Season 2 adds the aiming lane to shoot the shooting range, letting players customize skills, movement, quantity of targets, and numerous customizations, including advanced techniques like headshot only. Season 3 is going to bring in playable tutorials, brand new maps for the players to learn different gameplay elements like destruction, verticality, droning, and repelling, etc. Finally, Season 4 introduced the Defender AI playlist, a safe place to teach players how to play new operators and maps. This playlist will use a machine learning algorithm informed by current players. Nice. Balancing and playlist updates. The development team will continue reworking several operators this year, including Zero, Frost, and others. Year 8 will add immersive reload update, a tactical mechanic, and observation blocker that lets defenders control what intel is given to attackers, and a full rework of shield operators to improve players' experience while playing them. They've got a link to the entire Year 8 roadmap from rainbow6.com down here. So if there's more for you, if you're playing this game, if it sounds interesting, go take a look, okay? EVO 2023's main games will be announced today. This was written yesterday. EVO 2023 will be taking place at some point this summer, with Sony once again backing the world's biggest fighting gaming event. What fighting games are actually going to be there, we'll find out tomorrow. It's going to be the normal stuff. Besides, this will be the second year that Smash Brothers won't be a part of this because Nintendo sucks, and they wanted to try and slap PlayStation, Sony in the face last year by not letting them run Smash, because last year was the first year that the event was being run after Sony bought it. Really, it just came off as a big slap in the face to the fans of the game and fans of Nintendo. Great job, Nintendo. You guys suck. Oh. So the Evo announcement show begins today at 5 p.m. Pacific. So it's like tonight, dude. That would be like 7 o'clock our time for the channel. It would be interesting. It could be an interesting lineup because we've got Street Fighter 6 launching on the 2nd of June. Assume that it'll be Evo 2023's main attraction, as the annual event tends to pop up later in the summer. Pro players could have at least a couple of months to get to grips with Capcom's upcoming juggernaut. Beyond that, we're very likely looking at yet another year for Tekken 7, which has been around for what feels like an eternity, but Tekken 8 should be out later this year. While popular Arc System Works titles like Guilty Gear Strive and Dragon Ball FighterZ are bound to return, might even still get Multiverses up in there this year. Multiverses took the place of Smash It last year and did very well. But the player base for Multiverses has really dropped. So we'll see if they end up including it this year as well. They've got some links here. If you want to look at the Evo announcement show and stuff, there's a link. All right. We'll probably get some news on it tomorrow morning as well. So, in tomorrow morning's news segment. All right, last article I have for the morning. Before we even hit this, here you go. Go get your free game. War Pips. 2 more days to get your free game on Epic before Duskers becomes available and you can no longer get War Pips, okay? Free games, guys. Take advantage. If you have anything else to add, I haven't discussed anything you want to talk about in regards to the industry, things that maybe I might not be aware of, bring it to my attention in chat. We'll discuss it before we move on to day 4 of our beta test of Once Human. Cool? Nintendo Switch 2 Online seemingly leaked. This is a bad title. I don't think that this is talking about a new online platform for their new console. This should read Nintendo Switch 2 seemingly leaked online. This makes this sound like they have leaked a new online platform for a new console. Comic book. Come on, man. Nintendo is working on its next console, but what this console will be and what it will be called remains a mystery. Most are speculating it will be a successor to the Switch. That is what most rumors and leaks point to as well. Whether it will be called the Nintendo Switch 2, probably not, but it will apparently be bolstered with Nintendo Switch Online. Again, look, Nintendo needs to get their heads out of their butts, take the Switch part of this out, and just call everything Nintendo Online moving forward. They've got to stop this crap. Their platform is too ingrained. This is the end-all, be-all for them, for their online capabilities, eShop, digital games, their multiplayer functionality, all that stuff. All their consoles, it just all has to work through Nintendo Online. Take the Switch part out of it, dude. It's flipping 2023, dude. They're killing me. If this happens, it will be a surprise to many because Nintendo is infamous for not bringing forward its online services. Yeah. They've got to stop, though. The hint at Nintendo Switch Online being carried over to the next Nintendo console comes the way of the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. The CMA has published a series of documents pertaining to the potential acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. In one of these documents, the CMA makes note that the Nintendo Switch Online is only available via Switch devices and redacted. So this is, in fact, talking about Switch 2 Online. Nintendo Switch Online has been excluded from our shares as Nintendo's cloud gaming service is very limited. Nintendo's cloud gaming service is only available on the Switch device and redacted. Reads the CMA document. Obviously, the $1 million question is, what is this redacted device? It's possible it could be the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, or something out of the left field, but the most obvious explanation is often the accurate explanation. This is likely referring to the next Nintendo console. which the CMA presumably learned of through Activision Blizzard or even Nintendo itself during this investigation. As for why it's redacted, well, that would be the result of a request from whatever party divulged the information. In the past, private and sensitive information would get leaked in documents like this, and since then, companies go out of their way to request redactions where needed. Okay. So, we've seen information between yesterday and today that is looking like at least Nintendo is trying to make the current online platform work with the new console as well. It shouldn't be a flippin' issue. They've got to quit doing this. There's so many people that are worried about. This is the biggest worry for people with new Nintendo consoles all the time. I keep talking about it right now, but I shouldn't even have to. It's so stupid. They need one online platform forever. If they've got it right now, they need to change the name to just Nintendo Online. Dude, I know. They are legitimately like cheat coding the NHL this year. It's so stupid, dude. I hate it. I don't even want to talk about it. I hate them so much. And they are like, what? How? How are they this good, dude? Dude, I've known. It's absolutely bonkers. I know. The only thing I'm hoping is that they have like this phenomenal regular season and then they can't do crap in the playoffs left. You know what I'm saying? I know, dude. It's crazy. They are on pace to like have the best regular season of all time, which I think is currently like the Habs, right? Don't the Habs have like currently have the best regular season of all time? I think it's the Habs. But dude, the Bruins are on pace, Doug. Nintendo just needs to get their heads out of their butts, dude. This is so stupid that we even have to talk about this. Nintendo Switch Online needs to become Nintendo Online. It needs to be the same platform forever moving forward. It never needs to change. All of their consoles forever connect to it. All of their eShop, everything. Multiplayer runs through it, all of it. That's it. It's easy. I don't understand what their issue is. So many people are so worried about it too, because they do this every single time a new console comes out. It's so stupid. But it does look like they are planning for the new console to be part of the Switch Online service. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. That's the jam, dude. That's the news. Cool. Thank you guys. You're right. Thanks for first and foremost being a part of this community and what we do here. It's amazing. I appreciate it very much. And to everybody that was part of the news segment today, thank you. Let's hear. You can't hear that. There you go. We're going to move on to day 4 of our beta testing of Once Human. But if anybody is checking out this content or playthroughs or highlights, clips, all that stuff that we have on the Twitch channel or VODs on the YouTube channel, and you're enjoying what you're seeing, then try to come hang out with us. Excuse me. We go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. We always start off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming content that we're currently immersed in, and we have a great time. We'd love for you to come be a part of it. So other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. We'll catch everybody tomorrow for February 22nd edition of Video Gaming News and the final day of Once Humans Beta. Cool?